Thanks again to this wonderful city, Leipzig, and her mayor, Burkhard Jung. Dankeschön. Dankeschön, Burkhard, for hosting this great event. It's been fantastic to be here over the past few days. And thanks to your team, to your staff for this great organization. Which is a very big emotion, because first time in presence after this year, very, very tough and difficult year. So we've been inspired, dear colleagues, by the examples from your cities, our cities, have heard from so many different voices about the interesting actions and exciting ideas for the future. We have discussed the real added value that cities can make for a sustainable, green, just future with Executive Vice President Timmermans, the future of democracy with Vice President Suiza, and along the way he had fun at the zoo, not usual. And all in all, it's been quite an annual conference. And Annalisa and the colleagues, I'm really proud to be president of this great organization. So thank you from my heart to the mayor, deputy mayor, and technical collaborator. I think we need to be more aware about our power, our passion, our commitment. And hearing your debates, your panels, I reflected about our European leaders. I would like to tell, dear European leaders, the future of Europe is here, is in our cities. So thank you, and I'm honored to open and to welcome you to the Eurocities General Assembly 2021. Annalisa.
Thank you, Dario. So we start with the different points. COVID has not been only bad, right? As the mayor of Tirana yesterday reminded us that the Chinese, way of calling crisis is two things. One is danger, and the other one is opportunity. Yeah, it's true. It's true in this case. Our ability to adapt to the new context has been, shown. We proved it, and we have used these new circumstances to basically reorganize and do things also in a different way. And for instance, we've managed through the digitalization of many things, including internal procedures, to be more streamlined and simplified and have, more effective things. Like, for instance, we have moved the voting for the assembly online. So that's been very effective. So this year, all the voting for the approval of the AGM, the document of the AGM was done online between the 25th of October and the 2nd of November. So this point, just to say that I'd like to announce that the documents that have been approved by all of you through the online process are the draft agenda for this meeting, the draft minutes of the assembly of last year, the membership changes, the report of activities of this year, read it because it's full of achievements, and the guidelines of the work program 2022, so for next year, which is super, super interesting. And for the finance documents, we have the internal audit committee report, as you know, as we have every year, a draft with the draft responses, and also the budget that will help deliver the work program for 2022. Now, I'd like to just add that the internal committee, the audit committee, was composed this year by representatives from Turku and Lille. So I'd like to thank them because they made a big effort. We had to really push them to do the work because they were very busy and so on. So I'd like to really, I'm very grateful. And I'd like to take advantage of this moment to call for your cities to appoint or to offer the work of internal auditors from your cities, because it's something that you requested some years ago to have an internal audit. But we don't have enough people volunteering. But still, anyway, just a call and thanking the two that have helped this year. So now over to you, Dario, for the next point.
Thank you, Annalisa. So, dear colleagues, the next item on our agenda is the formal approval and welcome of new members. And I am delighted to welcome to Eurocities as new full members Bochum, Marseille, Reggio Calabria, the metropolitan city, Taranto, Valencia, and Wiesbaden. So congratulations and welcome to Eurocity. We have also a short video.
A very warm welcome to Bochum. I'm Thomas Eiskirch, the mayor of the city of Bochum. As one of the latest members of Eurocities, I'm glad to briefly introduce the city of Bochum to you. Transformation is what we stand for. Knowledge, change, solidarity. This is our key for transforming a once coal and steel-driven industry into an information and science-driven society. 9 universities with 16,000 students, which are internationally well connected. Knowledge provides the foundation for many jobs in Bochum. Change means for us sizing the change. Bochum changed several times and the city itself is still changing. We welcome change and we are not afraid to encourage it. And solidarity is the foundation Bochum is built on. Situated in the heart of the Ruhr area, Bochum is a fast-growing, very digital city and a home to a large proportion of green space. Bochum is a dynamic and vibrant place to live, grow up in, work and visit. Why did Bochum join Eurocities? 371,000 people with roughly 19 different nationalities live here in a region of more than 5 million people. We are an international city. As mayor, I have participated in the delegation journey of representatives of the Ruhr area to Brussels to help shape European policies. Meeting with colleagues in the Eurocities Association was the next logical step for us. The aim is clear: to learn from each other and tackle the challenges cities are faced with in the next decades. Therefore, I am very grateful that Bochum became a member of the Eurocities Association. I am sure together we can contribute a lot and I am eager to learn from you. Looking forward to meeting you and cooperating with you in the near future.
I'm Giuseppe Falcomatà, Mayor of the Metropolitan City of Reggio Calabria, a coastal city located on the strait between Calabria and Sicily, in the extreme south of Italy. Our city belongs to the Metropolitan City Network of Italy and has begun a path of growth based on its strategic position as gateway to Europe on the central Mediterranean and its extraordinary historical, cultural and naturalistic wealth. The community of Reggio Calabria is proud to be part of Eurocities network and to be able to share with you all the good administrative practice that marks the civil life of our city. I am sure that through this comparison and dialogue, we will be able to propose a common idea of citizenship on a European scale, which propose to the community of our countries and cities a model of sustainable, welcoming and virtuous growth, respectful of environment and capable to promote productive activities and cultural exchange between us. Thank you to all. Let's get started.
Dear friends, hello everyone. Ciao from Taranto, an attractive city in southeastern Italy, in the wonderful and warm Apulia region. It's a Spartan colony with its 2 seas and 28 centuries of history. About 200,000 inhabitants, we are very proud and enthusiastic about join and provide our contribution to the great family of Eurocities. Taranto is undergoing a complex just transition from the still monoculture to a sustainable development model within the framework of the UN 2030 Agenda's goals. So we are quite sure that from the comparisons with the working groups active in the Eurocities, we will be able to draw good practices for this epochal regeneration and restart efforts for our cities. So, see you in Leipzig and thank you all.
Dear sirs, ladies and gentlemen, when I signed some weeks ago the application form for our membership with Eurocities, I did not expect to be invited to an annual meeting at the beginning of November the same year. Unfortunately, it was not possible to join you in person. That's the reason why I have to appear to you by video. My name is Gerd-Uwe Mende and I'm the Lord Mayor of Wiesbaden. Wonderful Wiesbaden and is the capital of the state of Hessen in Germany. We are proud to joining the network of Eurocities and looking really forward to all the different challenges we might discuss and hopefully solve for our future. Even if we belong to different countries with different rules and regulations, we might all share the same problems for our citizens. Safe jobs, affordable living space, digitalization of public services, smart mobility, protection of our environment, to name only some of the main important challenges for the future, and not talking about the latest pandemic situation. I really hope to join you next year in person to meet and discuss with you, sharing new ideas and trying to inspire each other by belonging to the communities of Eurocities. For today, I'm sending my best regards from Wiesbaden. I wish you a successful time and fruitful discussions. Take care and auf Wiedersehen.
La ciudad de Valencia cuenta actualmente con más de 800.000 habitantes y es el centro de una gran área metropolitana que supera el 1,5 millones de habitantes. Es, por tamaño demográfico, la tercera ciudad de España. El gobierno municipal está estructurado en la alcaldía y 10 grandes áreas que contemplan temas como el desarrollo económico, el conocimiento y la investigación, el medio ambiente y la movilidad, la cultura y los temas sociales. Nuestra actividad gira en torno a 5 sectores estratégicos que conforman los 6 foros temáticos a través de los cuales trabaja Eurocities. 1. Empleo, emprendimiento y pymes. 2. Investigación, desarrollo e innovación. 3. Cambio climático, energía y movilidad. 4. Educación y cultura. Y 5. Pobreza y exclusión social. De este modo, Valencia trabaja constantemente para participar activamente en redes y grupos de trabajo que le permitan seguir creciendo para proporcionar una mejor calidad de vida a sus habitantes y a todos los pueblos del mundo, siendo esta una de las prioridades de Valencia. En base a lo anterior, el Ayuntamiento de Valencia cuenta con una oficina de asistencia técnica a proyectos europeos, que actúa como herramienta para incrementar la financiación europea de proyectos de interés local y su valor estratégico. Pero, ¿por qué Eurocities? Porque más allá de ser una red de ciudades europeas, creemos que el Ayuntamiento de Valencia y Eurocities compartimos una determinada visión del mundo, pero especialmente de las ciudades, en las que somos conscientes tanto de su importancia o de la que somos capaces de hacer en beneficio de todos, como de lo que necesita la Unión Europea para alcanzar todo su potencial, especialmente en un periodo de crisis como el que nos encontramos.
So thank you again. Thank you again to the new friends and members and partners of Eurocities. We, Annalisa, we also have Marseille. So bienvenue à Marseille. Until this morning, we had a representative here in presence, and we are very honored to have here with us Marseille, the city of Marseille. The Deputy Mayor Fabienne Perez. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue, and now we come to the results of the ExCom elections. It's an important moment of our assembly. We had a high number of applications again, and I would like to thank all the candidates. Eurocities leadership reflects the dynamism of the network, and now we are bigger than yesterday thanks to these new members. And I think it's fair to say that we are in good hands. And I would now like to announce the results. The following cities have been elected to the ExCom for the mandate 2021 and 2025, a second of suspense, are Barcelona, Ghent, Leipzig, and Tallinn. Congratulations. So, Annalisa.
Yes. So I would like to announce also the formal approval of the incoming Eurocities President and Vice President. The Executive Committee received one application for the post of President of Eurocities, the Mayor of Florence, Dario Nardella. And we also received one application for the post of Vice President of Eurocities, Burkhard Jung, as Mayor of Leipzig. So I'm pleased to say that both applications have been approved. So
thank you.
And in addition, Ghent, Matthias, will serve as secretary, and Warsaw, Rafa, who is not here, as treasurer. So,
thank you.
Yeah, so well done, all these president, but it's a presidium, yeah, so the president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary, so congratulations. The executive committee represents all of you, the members. They steer the work of the organization, they give a stronger voice to the network, and they work to increase our visibility. And so all its members, be assured, will work to ensure that we meet all the expectations of the entire membership. So Dario, to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Annalisa. Thank you to Burkhard, Matthias, and Rafa. So we are the Bach Quartet, the new Bach. And now turning to the next point of the agenda, looking at what is happening in the forums. The strength and the relevance of our work in Eurocities is possible thanks to our 6 policy forums. This is an important heart of our activity, and the forums make sure that our shared agenda is representative, reflecting the challenges and priorities of our members. This year, they have again played a key role in ensuring that, despite the pandemic, that Eurocities was as successful as ever in developing policy messages, sharing knowledge, and building on the experiences of our cities. And let's hear from the forum chairs about the activities in 2021 and their plans for 2022.
In Eurocities Culture Forum online meeting in this autumn, we spoke about the different strategies of the city-style culture institutions and the lots of artists in the cities to survive and to restart after the corona pandemic. Cities have reacted fast and unbureaucratic, and also in close cooperation across the sectors in the administration. culture and health, social affairs, education, economics. The vibrancy of our cities depends on culture, and so many jobs all over Europe depend on culture in our cities. And we know we need a sustainable strategy for our culture, for our cities, for the European Union, and for all Europe.
Dear colleagues around Europe, for the EDF, it has been a good year. We learned a lot about innovation ecosystems at the excellent virtual forum meeting. Once more, thanks to Oulu. And the work continues. In November, we will have online workshops on circular construction and skills development, and our first study visit to Barcelona. We will have strong emphasis on sustainable growth, recovery, and resilience. In short, green, digital, and fair transition of urban economy. Dear friends, our next forum meeting will be in Mannheim, Germany, March 2022. Let's explore together how an economically sustainable startup infrastructure can come together and how local economies meet the challenges of our time. See you in Mannheim.
The last year was challenging for all of us, but there were some significant steps to achieve a better world and a stronger organization. We have seen the launch of the EU Climate Pact and the mission for climate-neutral cities. A new covenant of mayor, political commitment, also the Green City Accord, and Eurocities has launched Mayors Alliance, promoting the work of our cities in implementing the European Green Deal. These initiatives are crucial to raise the ambition of our cities for climate neutrality and the strong commitment to make our world better and livable for us and for the future generation. In 2022, we hope to meet physically in our next forum in Grenoble, and we will continue our work on the European Green Deal, particularly the Zero Pollution Action Plan, with the revision of the ambient air quality directives, new measures to fight against microplastics, the revision of energy performance of building directives, and much, much more.
Over this last year, we have focused to ensure that the KSF is useful to its members by facilitating knowledge sharing on shared challenges during the pandemic, such as digital inclusion, tools like the digital twins, and solutions to counter the effects of the pandemic. We are working at the technical and political levels to influence the Commission, the Parliament, and the Council about cities' needs and perspectives on AI, data governance, digital platforms, and digital inclusion and skills. Finally, we are also convinced that we can no longer address the green and digital transition as two separate processes. Those are the major challenges of our times, and they are necessarily intertwined. This is why we'll start working with the Commission to shed light on how cities are addressing these twin transitions as one. We count on you all to bring forward a just digital transition in European cities.
Hello everyone. I first would like to apologize for not being with you today in Leipzig. 2021 has been crucial on many instances, and urban mobility is of course not the least of them. This year has all been about resilience and recovery. It has all been about cooperation and influence. It has all been about progresses in Europe as we wouldn't have dreamed of before. So a lot of progresses actually. We have therefore all worked hard on sustainable mobility, on alternative fuel, on health, safety and well-being of our citizens. We have therefore increased our ties with the other forum of Eurocities. We have promoted changes of behaviors. We have, I think, paved the way from traffic laws to more inclusive streets and public spaces. Therefore, our mission possible, if you accept it, is to continue this tremendous endeavor until at least our next forum in Antwerpen. I wish I will all see you there. Thank you very much.
Dear colleagues, great to have this opportunity to highlight some of the achievements of the Social Affairs Forum. First of all, in May, we had the first ever City Social Summit, where we launched a pact for multi-level collaboration to connect the EU pillar of social rights with the Green Deal and recovery plans. Second, we work hard to end homelessness in European cities. The EU platform on combating homelessness was launched in June, and together with the EU institutions, we will make the platform a success. Our third priority, welcoming cities, has become increasingly important with the terrible recent developments in Afghanistan. Now, more than ever, it is time to show the solidarity of our cities. That is why the coming period we will make our cities' voices heard on a European level. I invite you all to attend the Social Affairs Forum, taking place in 2 weeks, to hear more about our activities and plans for the coming year.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, that's very impressive. Very big thanks to all our forums for their hard work and commitment. And now, dear colleagues, I would like to spend some words in this closing speech of our Assembly. After these 2 days, we understood once again, once more, what our mission is. And it's clear that our mission is to build a Europe where cities are genuine partners to the European Union to create a better future for all. This mission has never been more important than today. The COVID-19 pandemic and the threat of an economic downturn showed us how closely we as cities must be connected to decisions taken at European level. The ambitions for a climate-neutral Europe by 2050, a just transition, and an European Union closer to people have made it through the crisis. And we know our cities are essential to the transformation ahead, and it seems that the European Union is starting to recognize this as well. Not enough. Much done, more to do. In 2021, we have doubled up our efforts to make our voice heard and ensure our impact in Brussels. We did this in 3 ways. Firstly, through our meetings with European leaders from the European Commissioner and Parliament. Most recently, we met with Commissioner Gabriel, in charge of innovation, research, culture, education, and youth, and we discussed how the pandemic and the lockdowns have affected the cultural sector in cities. We agreed to set up an ongoing political dialogue about our shared challenges and priorities. We have had similar talks with other commissioners, and in this assembly, two important members of the European Commission, of course, and we're starting to see what a partnership with the European Union looks like in practice. Secondly, we achieved both visibility and recognition through our initiatives such as Mayors Alliance for the Green Deal, the Green City Accord, and the City Pledge on the European Pillar of Social Rights. These initiatives demonstrate our commitment to a better quality of life in our cities, and that this strongly relates to the Europe. Also, we have ensured our representation at high-level European events, including on EU food policy, on democracy, and on future cities, to mention a few recent ones. I want to thank the Forum's chairs again for their contribution to this. Our direct participation as mayors in European Union events is essential to position cities as partners to the EU. And we always gave a concrete contribute of ideas and projects that the European Union needs. Thirdly, we have shaped the emerging European policies and programs for the green, digital and just transition. We have provided evidence from our cities and developed common positions that have informed the new European initiatives on artificial intelligence, data sharing, circular textiles, biodiversity, housing, climate and innovation. Also, we are represented in a growing number of European expert groups and platforms, including on food policy, homelessness, mobility, and making the European Union fit for the future. Our presence towards the European institutions is both broad and strong, and this is, I think, very positive result. I would like to highlight two outcomes that have been particularly important to me and to cities this year. The first one is about the Recovery and Resilience Facility. We talked in these 2 days about it, and our work in Brussels and with the national governments helped ensure a legal requirement for member states to involve cities much more than past in the development of the national recovery plans. Preparing for this, we established a strong partnership with the European Union decision makers, and this partnership continues as we start to monitor the rollout of funding and implementation with the Commission. And Annalisa knows that we are working to have, as soon as possible, a direct meeting with the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. The second one is the European Mission for 100 Climate Neutral Cities. Its launch is a clear recognition from the Commission of the need to support cities who can test the pathways towards climate neutrality for Europe. Annalisa's direct involvement in the mission board has been instrumental to ensure an ambitious approach. Via the Net Zero Cities project, we have secured a central role for Eurocities in some of the most important next steps. Now, building on our achievements this year, our high-level priorities for 2022 are focused around, first of all, financing the green and just recovery in our cities. As more of you told in these panels, in our panels, we need direct channel with European institutions to have direct economic contributes to realize, to make all projects supported by these important and historical funds. And we will do this by securing funding and supporting access for cities to European resources as well. Then, securing a European policy framework for a green, digital and just transition that match our needs. We will do this by influencing the European Green Deal and the Social Europe agenda. And finally, advancing the position of cities and the voice of citizens at European level. We will do this through the Conference on the Future of Europe and Urban Agenda for the European Union. I would like to thank my colleagues for the last panel about it. Very important moment to discuss together about future of Europe. But I think that we need to be aware that our citizens still don't know enough about this conference on future of Europe. How many members of our local communities are informed and involved on this important process? So our commitment is to decrease the distance between top high-level European debate and concrete daily problems of our citizens. And only mayors and deputy mayors could be this important work. And as president, I believe our network has, for this reason and many other reasons, a huge potential. I would like to see us developing an ever stronger and more systematic political dialogue with European leaders. I believe we can also make our presence in national and European media count more. And I see a great opportunity to develop new collaboration and partnership with the academia and the private sectors. I have taken the initiative to start a collaboration, for example, with the European University Institute in Florence, the School of Transnational Governance, led by the former Finland Prime Minister Alex Stubb, has offered to pilot a training workshop on crisis management for senior city executives, and it will take place during the first week of May 2022. This should lead to a more comprehensive series of training on management of urban transformation. And if you are interested in joining, do let me my office now. So dear colleagues, our network is stronger today than ever before. In 2021, we welcomed, as you saw, 11 new cities. This is a clear sign of the high value we find in working with each other and in engaging with European policy and funding. And I would like to send a special thought to our UK members, our Scottish and English and Wales mayors, colleagues from WOM 2021 has been particularly challenging. I speak in behalf of the entire network when I say that we deeply value the continued collaboration and friendship with all our UK member cities. And I would like to say to Alexandra, Mayor of Gdańsk, and Rafał, and all Polish mayors, you are not alone. Eurocities is supporting you, whatever it takes. This is our commitment. And we have to think some initiatives to do next month because our citizens and Europe needs this strong organization, this strong network. And thank you for your attention. I will now hand over to Annalisa, but I have a message to send, but I don't know. Okay. You know that. A message in a bottle. Yes, if you want, we can start the great to sing it together. The Polish singer is a great friend of mine because he lives in Florence. So when we have the General Assembly, I hope, I don't know when, we can organize a meeting and concerts with Sting, but we have a message in bottle. We have a message in a bottle to Glasgow, COP26, a message with our dreams, our values, our proposals, our ideas. And I'm proud to give this message to these bottles to Alexandra, because as we know, she will be in Glasgow, I think, tomorrow? No, on the 10th. So this is a virtual initiative, but it's a symbol about how strong is the link between Glasgow COP26 and Leipzig General Assembly 2021. So, Alexandra, this bottle with the message from European mayors to COP26 is for you. And we are honored to be represented by you at this important summit. So I finish. Thank you to all of you for your commitment, for your passion. We need this energy, and we believe in our local communities, and we are sure that we can really play a fundamental role for the future of Europe. Thank you to all of you.
Okay. Yes, thank you, President. You've been quite exhaustive and very, how do you say, clearly clear in outlining our achievements and the key priorities for the future, for next year. I feel there is a lot that we can really be proud of, and at the same time, a lot that can motivate us to continue our cooperation and joint actions. Your words have been very clear. Our strategic framework, 2030, adopted 2 years ago, if you remember, has set a natural direction for our network in order to boost the green, just, and digital transformation in cities. It's been really, for us at least, but I'm sure for you as well, it's been great to be able to count on it and use it as a compass, as a direction for our efforts, and as a tool to also monitor our achievements. We have been able to organize our direction of travel around 6 important goals and even generate a certain awareness about the threats, the opportunities that lie ahead of us. So really very useful, and we've been able to, and we will be able to capitalize on the past to prepare for the future. And in the last years, we have not only worked together to rally around this strategic framework, but we have also invested resources as a network to become stronger in many other ways. Let's look at the tools and the things we've done in this respect. 1, we have a totally new thought and revamped website that tells a lot of stories about your innovations, profiles of cities in a new way, in a totally new way. And we also have a very friendly collaboration platform that is a home for you, should be a home more and more, that provides a space, a comfortable space and useful space for all of you to get the information on one side, but also to engage with each other. So that I'd like to thank Ivo and the communication teams for the big effort for the last 2 years. Then we've also worked so that our working methods could get more agile through online meetings. You've seen that. A huge investment has gone into the digitalization of what we do. Task forces, so more transversal things, better outreach to and involvement of cities that are, that couldn't come that are further away from Brussels, but also to specific policy experts, so that our meeting could be also even more specific and relevant. We have also invested more in information about EU funding programs, and we have a strong now funding service with a dedicated person. We have applied a very strong, I don't know if you've noticed that, we have applied a very strong strategic approach to EU-funded projects, but also not only EU-funded, but also like foundations, funded projects that have helped us secure the resources for all the things that we do. So mobility, environment, social, the mission that was mentioned before, there will be a platform funded with a lot of money for you to help you embark in the climate neutral cities mission, but also the Mayors Alliance is a good example that gives us more resources to do what we want to do. And the day-to-day work of policy influencing, the lobbying, is more technical, detailed, juridical, and really thank you for all your input, the invaluable input from your own administrations and experts. And finally, we have heavily invested to keep our team together, despite flexible and remote working. Today we are, around 60. It's not been easy to keep the cohesion and everything when everyone was at home. You have experienced that as administrations, but we've been working together as a team to find the best way forward, also in using our common space in a new way, the Square de Meus office, to be flexible, to work professionally, give a professional roof to people, but at the same time be able to work together in a different way, creatively, and feel good as possible. And the result of all this, what you said, what I've said, is really that we have more members. Today we have grown. We have 204 members and partners that make Eurocities. It's the biggest number ever. I think we can really be proud about it. So, overall, I think we can really say something today. Eurocities is doing well. We are doing well. We are a strong and successful network, and we should enjoy and celebrate this. We've done it yesterday at the zoo. We've done it during these 2 days. But of course, at the same time, we should not sit down and relax, because we still have a lot of work to do, and we need to maintain this sort of adrenaline high, this is at least what I think, in order to move forward with our battles, which are still very important. But anyway, these are the moments, the sort of annual moments that are important to do so, celebrate and also boost our efforts. So talking about annual conferences like today, you should all come to ESPO next year in June. And that's our next conference. It's going to be in June this time. As you know, we've moved the annual conference timing from, raining November. I know you couldn't do, you couldn't order a good weather, but you've done all the rest, so perfect. So we're moving to the raining November to June, hopefully sunny in Finland. And I would like to welcome on stage Henrik Vornos, Chair of ESPO City Board, and Mervi Heinaro, Deputy Mayor of ESPO, to tell us more about this conference.
Thank you, Dario. Thank you, Annalisa. And thank you, Mayor Jung and your team for an excellent conference and an inspiring conference. You've been setting an example for us for next year. And thank you for the whole ExCom, and congratulations for the new members. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to host you next summer in ESPO. So it's my great pleasure to present the concept of the ESPO 22 conference to you and invite you to this a bit strange and innovative country in the far northern outskirts of Europe, where social distancing, as we learned yesterday, is natural, and where there's actually more saunas than personal cars in the country, believe it or not. So most of you have never been to Finland, so the ESPO 22 conference now offers you a great reason to come and experience the Nordic summer night, like Annalisa was telling, and while we are learning from each other. An era of new beginnings is the future-oriented theme of the conference, with 3 sections called Dream, Act, and Lead. And we'll guide the network of Eurocities into an interactive learning journey to future cities, to co-creation tools, and to climate leadership. ESPO is known as the innovation capital of the North. For example, more than half of the Finnish patent applications are derived from companies and communities based in ESPO. ESPO is also home to a thriving startup scene and also home for some big iconic Finnish companies like Nokia and Kone. And recently we were nominated as the most intelligent community in the world. So Espoo is a place where future solutions are created and where the current focus is on the environmental handprint and finding solutions to global challenges. So the city is an integral part of the innovation ecosystem, and we are bringing players together. So also the Espoo 22 Eurocities conference naturally will be created together with the innovation ecosystem so that we can ensure a futuristic, interactive and solution-focused and pragmatic approach. So about dreaming. First of all, it's not possible to dream about the future without the youth and involving the future generations. So in spring 22, very soon, the European Year of the Youth, Espoo will launch a Future Mentors program for the Eurocities mayors. It is a facilitated program, and in this program that we have created together with the Aalto University, the Eurocities mayors and other central city leaders, you will meet a future mentor, a bright young person from your own city. You will learn about their fears, about their hopes, and their dreams for a future city. The young mentors will be trained for this demanding task, and the process is facilitated by Espoo and Eurocities. The future mentors will also be invited to join the Espoo 22 in the delegation of your city and to participate in the conference. After all, the future of the cities is the future of the new rising generations. Secondly, about acting. The new Leipzig Charter calls for co-creation in urban development. And co-creation has already for long been a central principle in Espoo service development, where we are inviting citizens, companies, academia, and NGOs to contribute to the future of the city. So the city functions as a test bed and a living laboratory for the solutions of the future. And in Espoo 22, we will be learning about the tools for co-creating a sustainable future in cities. And we invite you all to share your best solutions with others at the conference and, of course, in the forums. In the conference, we will all together provide each other with practical, applicable solutions that have been tested in all the cities around Europe. About leadership. The leadership of the cities in the fight against the climate change is one of the central themes for the Espoo 22. The European Green Deal and the mission for the 100 climate-neutral cities by 2030 show the way for the ambitious climate cities. Also, Espoo is committed being climate neutral by 2030 and achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals by 2025. So the Espoo 22 conference, we want that to be the forum to putting the best European solutions for carbon neutral cities into the limelight. We all know that we must do more, and we must do it now together. So, hopefully, under the warm Nordic skies, cannot promise, but let's hope for that. But for sure, there will be light Nordic nights. We will meet again in June in Espoo to enjoy each other's company, to learn from each other, and to share possible disappointments, learnings, and also successes in an interactive, in a direct and pragmatic Finnish way, while creating the future cities together. So, dear friends, a warm welcome to an era of new beginnings in Espoo 22, where we dream, we act, and we lead together.
Be played, Marong.
Mitä sinä toivot tulevaisuuden kaupungilta?
What does your future city look like?
Dear colleagues, dear friends, a very warm welcome to Espoo. My name is Jukka Mäkelä. I'm the mayor of Espoo. I'm delighted to welcome our Eurocities family to Espoo in June 2022 and to meet live after such a long pause. An era of new beginnings is the name of Espoo's conference. The pandemic stopped everything and made us concentrate on day-to-day survival. Now it's time to look into the future together. In Espoo 22, we European cities will dream what the city of future is like. We act and share the best solutions to co-create a sustainable future. We lead the fight against climate change. All of this we'll do together and be visionary. Espoo 22 will be about bold ideas and ambitious for cities of future, but also about concrete tools helping us get there. We want to offer an interactive and inspiring Eurocities annual conference under the magical Nordic summer light. Dear friends, I'm looking forward to meeting you all in Espoo next summer.
So thank you to the mayor in advance and Mervi for your very clear speech and very attractive, preparing the landscape of what we will find there.
Thank you.
Very inspiring. So now you are the chair of the city board, Henrik. So I'd like to ask you, Dream, Act and Lead is the narrative that we've heard by Mervi for this conference. What do you want to achieve exactly in these areas?
Yeah, good question. And the Dream is the section that starts the conference. We will talk about future cities with the high-profile speakers. I think many cities have the same kind of dreams. Climate neutrality, good balance between growth and the nature, jobs, welfare, economic growth. We politicians need to have dreams, because without dreams, there is no hope. ACT is the section where we will work on concrete tools with which the sustainable future in cities are created. At least in Finland, cities are much more agile than the government. It's our responsibility to act. LEAD is the section where we focus on climate leadership of the cities, learn from forerunner cities and current EU developments. The future mentors, the young mentors of the mayors will be invited to participate in the annual conference program. With the Future Mentors program, we want to strengthen the dialogue in the cities between the youth and the decision makers to make the voice of next generation heard in Eurocities better.
You are really innovative with this program. Have you understood? This is like young people will mentor politicians. This is the proposal coming from Espoo. So how do you think you can engage other members in joining this program?
If we think about interesting and vivid cities, those all are attractive places for young people. So when there's young people in the city, it's kind of guaranteed that there is future for the city also. Espoo is forerunner in youth participation. It's not only about the young chair of board, it's also about our very good local youth council. We have young representatives sitting in city council, city board, all kinds of committees we have in Espoo. So with the Future Mentors program, we hope that European city leaders will gain a better understanding of the pain points and the dreams of the youth of cities. We expect member cities to join the Future Mentors program next spring by choosing a young mentor from their city. to coach their mayor. The facilitation of the mentoring sessions is designed by Espoo, so there's ready agenda that the future mentoring program follows. So
very promising.
yeah.
Let's see. Let's engage as much as possible. I know that I remember in Edinburgh having the youth with us, but in another role was very, very good. So, you know, this is another way and more innovative in a way. So let's, I hope that you will all engage. So thank you very much, Espoo, for all this proposal. More information will come to you, and we will, we'll make our best to be there in June. Wait, it's me. Choreography. So, now we come to the end of this General Assembly, my last General Assembly. Me and Eurocities, we've had a long-lasting relationship, right? Eurocities was where my career started. Eurocities was there when I started in Bologna. That was really the first thing I learned. It's through Eurocities that I met my husband. It's during my time as Secretary General here in Eurocities that I had the miracle of my daughter. And now I feel I'm closing the circle by bringing the European urban perspective back to my hometown, Bologna. So I'm very, very sad, as you know, to leave, because I really enjoyed working with so many of you, support you and learn a lot from you. But I tell myself that this is not a goodbye, because I'll remain in the family. But it's a arrivederci, yes? I hope to see you soon. Thank you for all of you for that you made it here in Leipzig. A huge thank you, really, to the fabulous team in Eurocities, those that are here, of course, Sinead, Nicola, Dorte, Marta, if you can all stand, it would be great. Miguel, Alice, all of them, but also those that helped in Brussels, Alex, I mean, I can't make all the names. And also, yes, that have made this conference a huge success. So I wish you all a safe trip back home from this conference and see you in Espoo. So over to you, Dario.
Thank you, Annalisa, and I would like to say something, but I would like to invite on the stage our great friend, our host, the magnificent Oberbürgermeister of Leipzig, Burkhard. Please come here with me. Thank you. Annalisa, that's for you. And there is a little present also for us, for presidency and our colleagues. Thank you, Annalisa, for your passion, for your commitment. 7 very intense years with us for Eurocities, and we can't forget everything you did for us. Thank you from our heart. Thank you. From Italy.
So, thank you, Dario. Thank you, Annalisa. And please stay on stage. I'm longing to do that. I want to say thank you to my team. So please, All of you, come upstairs, please. And maybe you can stand on stage. And we should have 5 minutes, please. You see, I hope you noticed it was not an agency. It was not somebody stranger who did the job here. No, the people are employees of my office, and so I want to say thank you. Without them, I could not stand here. So thank you very much. Please stand, stay on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the lady on top to the roof, it's Mrs. Europe. They built it in 1912, this building, and they give the name to this Madame Europa. So I think it's very symbolic to be together under this figure, under this wonderful lady. It's a little bit, big, very Teutonic maybe, but I think it's a good sign to be under the roof and under the figure of Europe. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to Leipzig. Thank you for making this conference a success. And maybe it was good that it was raining because you were staying here and go not in the city. It's been a great pleasure having you here the past 2 days. 2 days filled with inspiring debates and ideas, as well as the chance to speak in person with each other for the first time in 2 years. For the first time. Dario, your presidentship, it's a COVID president, but you did a great job in the last month. Thank you very much for that. I also want to say thank you to the Eurocities team. And so now it's time to say goodbye. Have a safe trip back home. Stay healthy, and we will see you in Espoo. Thank you very much.